Hi, I'm Jill from June Taylor with another innovative solution. Did you ever want to join your quilt blocks that are made Quilt As You Go? Now we have a perfect way to do that with our Sash and a Dash. It's pre-sewn sashing. It's sold by the yard in 7 colors with matching binding. Open the casing and nest your quilt block inside the casing. And then we're just going to run a top stitch down the edge. Take your next block, open the casing, and just do the same thing. To join rows, we're going to do the same thing, only we're going to run our Sash and a Dash across the row. You can run a beautiful embroidery stitch down here to embellish Sash and a Dash, or you can even put a strip of fabric down here. Here's an example where we added a fabric strip by folding under raw edges and top stitching over Sash and a Dash. And if you like to make t-shirt quilts, go ahead and quilt your blocks and then join them with sash.
Are you or someone you love an avid quilter? Meet the Ready, Set, Go ultimate fabric cutting system. This fabric cutter takes the strain out of fabric cutting, meaning less chance of injury and better quilts made faster. The ultimate fabric cutting system includes the Go, our innovative fabric cutter with an easy-to-turn handle that makes cutting fabric safer, faster, and more accurate. This 15-pound fabric cutter has a carrying handle and folding mechanism, so it's portable and easy to store. The Ready, Set, Go also includes the Go Cube Mix and Match 8-inch block, which features 8 dies of commonly used geometric shapes and the corresponding cutting mat. The Go Cube Mix and Match system has endless pattern possibilities, but it comes with a 16-page pattern book with 2 quilt patterns to get you started. We like to say the Ready, Set, Go is the ultimate fabric cutting system because it truly comes with everything you need. That includes our Go Strip Cutter 2.5-inch, which finishes to a 2-inch finish strip, a corresponding cutting mat to make cutting binding strips easier than ever. We've even included a die pick to make die maintenance painless. To help quilters feel confident on their quilting journey, we've also included the Go Cube Mix and Match blocks and quilt pattern book by Eleanor Burns. It's packed with tips and tricks in addition to inspiration. Look at some of the beautiful projects you can create with this ultimate fabric cutting system. At AccuQuilt, we want to spread the joy of quilting to all, and the Go makes cutting fabric easier than traditional scissors or rotary cutting. AccuQuilt, because cutting time means quilting more. Today's show is all about these fun grab and go totes. Stay tuned. Hey quilters, welcome to AccuQuilt Live. I'm Pam Hiller, AccuQuilt's cutting expert. Thanks for joining us today. Chris is in the house. How are you, my friend?
Hello, doing well.
Are you having bad weather in Oregon, or are you doing okay?
It's okay for now, but it is supposed to snow this weekend.
People in Oregon don't know what to do when it snows.
No, they don't. I don't enjoy the snow at home, so if it stays away, that'd be wonderful.
On behalf of all of us who had 8 inches of snow in Omaha, I feel for you. Just stay home and sew. I think that's what you should do. Hey, what's going on? What are you working on?
Idea. Let's see. Since we talked last week, I have finished binding my community quilt, and I chose a winner for that.
Yay!
I also made one of our grab-and-go totes.
Let's see it.
It was a really quick sew.
It was. Look at how fun this is. I love your fabric.
Thank you. I designed that myself.
Chris. There's so many amazing things about you. I like it. What's the name of the fabric?
The fabric line is called Damask Fatale.
Okay.
And I have it in all the rainbow colors, or I will have it. I have only my samples at the moment. I'm hoping to offer bundles later this summer.
Okay, everybody should get bundles of Chris's fabric because it's super cute. All right, let's see where everyone's watching from today. Okay, Judy is watching from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Judy, on my Facebook today, it came up with a memory. I was in Chattanooga 5 years ago, and there's a place you can go, Judy can tell us in the comment section, where you can stand at the side of a mountain and you can see 7 states. What's that place called, Kenyon? Kenyon's looking at me like he doesn't know. He should know. Anyway, it's super cool. So Judy's watching from Chattanooga, and Mary Ann is from Evans, Georgia. Thanks for watching. All right, let's showcase some new projects in our intro video. First up, okay, look at this, Chris. This is from Tammy O, and it's just in time for Valentine's Day. I think Tammy just used strip dyes, don't you think?
It looks like it. That's a really cool pattern.
That is a really cool pattern. I like it a lot. Okay, next we have Yvonne. And Yvonne did this great thing. So she took a panel and then she used our cubes to create those star blocks. Look at how fun that is. Chris, are you a panel guy? Do you make quilts with panels?
Not typically, but I do have a couple panels I fell in love with that I need to do something with. So this is a really good idea.
Yeah, really inspiration. Okay, here's my photo of the day. It is a duck. It's a Valentine's duck. So for those of you who know me, you know I love Halloween. It's my all-time favorite holiday. My next favorite holiday is Valentine's Day. So we're gonna make our grab-and-go tote. And look, I'm gonna make it in Valentine colors. And when I'm finished with it, I'm gonna fill it with candy and toys, Valentine games and toys for my granddaughter Oakley for Valentine's Day. So the question of the day is, what would you put in your grab-and-go tote? And Kenyon said jam. Not really sure. Brock said rocks. And Greg had no idea. So Chris, what would you, please help us here. What would you put in your grab-and-go tote?
I'm going to fill mine with sewing supplies, so I always have them with me when I'm on the go.
And it's kind of green go green.
It kind of is, yeah. It is way brighter on camera. Like, it looks very neon. In person, it's a little more muted, but pretty close to the go green.
All right,
yeah.
Good deal. All right, so in the comment section, let us know, what would you put in your grab-and-go tote? I don't know, Chris, I feel like I'm walking into, maybe I shouldn't have had that question. I feel like it's gonna be pretty exciting. Today, I'm gonna give away one of our June Taylor grab-and-go tote kits, along with a bottle of basting spray, glue stick, and a magic seam wand. Be sure and register on the AccuQuilt event page for your chances to win. Chris is going to announce the winner at the end of our show. I'm excited about that. All right, quilters, you can purchase our grab-and-go tote kit right here. It is super cute. You can purchase it on the AccuQuilt website, and it comes with your choice of zipper. And I think there are 4 choices. You can get pink, which is what I'm going to use today. You can get black, navy, and I don't know the other, but check it out, it's on the website. You're also gonna need a glue stick. I'm gonna use June Taylor basting spray today, and a magic seam wand. You're gonna need, sorry about that, Greg, here. Sorry, guys. There we go. This is the basting spray, you can get it on our website. You're gonna need a ½ yard of fabric for your lining, which is my big hearts, and then a ½ yard of fabric for the outside of your bag, which for me are the little hearts. Now, quilters, don't stress about it. You can make it the same, okay? It doesn't have to be different, okay? All right, and let me show you here. I gotta fix my little thing here. So look at some really fun, here's some different colorways. So this one I thought was cute because it matches my red shirt. It has little sheep with flags on it. And it has this fun little handle that you can hold, and then inside, lots of room. Lots of room. And then this one, is this Tula Pink fabric, Chris?
Yes, it is.
I think
that is Kabloom.
Oh, see, the fact that you know it is amazing. And then look at how fun this is on the inside. So think about maybe you just go through your stash, see what kind of fabrics you have there, okay? All right, so let me show you what this pattern looks like, and then I'm going to show you what I've already done, because this is kind of, I had to do some prep work here for this. All right, so when you get the June Tailor kit, we're going to open it up so you can see what it says. Okay. All right. So here is the body, side A, and the lining, side A, the body, side B, and the lining, side B, okay? And this is different than a quilt as you go, because you're actually, I just trimmed my lining like a ½ an inch around the edge here. But you're actually, when you have it all sewn together, you're gonna stitch on this dotted line, and then you're gonna cut on the solid line. And the good people at June Tailor wrote that here. Sew on the dash line, cut on the solid line. So basically you're creating two separate sections. And then Chris made his straps out of fabric, but I went to the craft store and I just found this really fun just cord, because I can use that if I wanted to. So what I've done is I measured it here so they were the same size. All right, so the pattern instructions will tell you how to cover the fabric on those straps. Okay, so now I'm gonna very carefully fold this back up, and then I'm gonna show you what I've done, and then we're gonna talk about people we're gonna do in it, and then we're gonna sew some stuff. I'm excited. All right, so this is the outside of my bag. This is the inside of my bag, and this is section B. Okay, so I just wanted to have a section done so you can see it. And then I've already pinned my zippity-doo-dah zipper up here, and we'll show you how to sew it. I like these zippers because they're plastic, so you can sew over them, and you don't need a zipper foot. You can just use your regular 1/4 inch foot. All right, so what you want to do, you really want to make sure you have the instructions. I wrote some notes, okay? So here I've cut apart my pattern. This is body side A, and I want the wrong side of the batting to go to the wrong side of my fabric. So here's the right side. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take a little basting spray here. Typically when I do this, I do it in a box so that I don't get basting spray on the mat, because here in the Dream Studio, we use these mats, okay? And then I'm just gonna lay this down here, and it's sticky enough that I can just take, and I try to start from the middle and press it away, okay? Pretty cool, all right? Then I've already used basting spray for my lining, and I've put wrong sides together, okay? So just to that point, and then we're gonna flip them over, and we're gonna put right sides together for the fabric, okay? Because when this is all said and done, what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn it inside out, which is, then we're gonna start sewing. So I'm gonna turn on my iron. Hey, Chris, before we answer questions, you have a tip about the iron.
Yes, don't touch the stabilizer with your hot iron.
What happens?
I accidentally did, and it melts real quick.
So, fun fact, Chris, I did that as well last week. And then I took a magic eraser and scrubbed off, I waited till it was cool, and then I had to scrub off the edge. And it was my good iron. Was it your good iron?
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah. So that's our pro tip. Okay, don't let it touch. And then when you're doing it, when you're ironing it down, after we've stitched it, you make sure you don't just leave it there for a long time, because that will cause the stabilizer to warp or even to melt. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start here, and we're gonna talk to Chris here in just a sec. I'm gonna start here at the top. Here's my top edge. And I am going to, oh gosh, Erica would be so proud that I'm gonna pin. I'm gonna pin my 4 layers together, and I'm gonna stitch around 3 of the sides, okay? And it's gonna go super fast and super easy. Okay. All right, Chris, do you wanna tell us what people are gonna put in their totes? I'm really excited to hear. I bet no one's as clever as Kenyon who's gonna put in jam. We were laughing about that.
Well, I don't know. Teresa says Pringles potato chips. That's pretty
Oh,
close.
sweet. My grandson, he loves Pringles potato chips. Those little serving single sizes, that would be perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, what else?
Natasha says travel snacks, so we kind of have a theme going
We
here.
do.
Brenda says her Wonder Clips. This could hold a lot of Wonder Clips.
Bindy clips are the best. That's a good idea, because I am forever trying to find mine.
Yes.
Okay, what else?
Me too. Dambra says sewing notions or small projects, right along the same lines there. Let's see. Toby says notions for on-the-go projects.
There you go. And I feel like you could totally do whole EPP projects, right?
You
could
could.
just keep them right in your little grab-and-go tote.
Yep. And if you add the pockets inside, it can hold like your snips and your thread and your needles, and then your pieces could just kind of float in the main body part.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. We'll talk about when we get to that point. Chris followed the pattern and put in pockets. I did not.
Yes.
And some of our samples have pockets and others don't. It's just kind of preference. All right, what else are people putting in there?
Let's see. Donut says travel stuff for the car. That's pretty smart. You can do like a first aid emergency kit and keep it in the back of your car.
Yes, here in the Midwest, we carry, well, I carry in my car like emergency supplies in case I get stuck in a snowbank. It includes snacks, but it also includes like bottles of water and gloves and, cat litter in case I get stuck. Mm-hmm. Okay, what else are people putting in there?
Jenny also says snacks for my kids for at the zoo and in the car.
I think that's
Cheryl.
I was going to say, I think that's a great idea, snacks for your kids.
Yes. Cheryl's packing sunscreen and lures for her husband who loves fishing for Valentine's Day. Ooh, that's a great Valentine's gift.
Oh, that would be fun. She could use like fishing fabric.
Ooh,
right?
Yes, that would be super fun.
Right. We have a theme.
Keep it on theme.
We have a theme going. I know, that's why I did Valentine's, because I'm going to put candy for my Oakley bug. Okay, any others? And don't forget, if you have questions, we can answer those as well.
Yes, we have lots of people putting in what they're going to use their bags for.
Okay.
So Diane says she's putting chicken snacks in it for her chickie girls.
Like
That's
real
fun.
chickens?
The handle,
Like
I'm
real
assuming like real chickens. Yeah.
I mean, you can wash it, so that makes sense.
And the handle makes it super easy to carry when you're going out to tend to your chickens.
Okay,
We
so
actually
far,
have
chicken
chickens
snacks
here.
is the best. Okay, what else? I'm loving all this.
Let's see. Carrie's doing the Lynch truffles for her honey for Valentine's Day.
Oh, listen. There we go. We have a show, Chris, on Valentine's Day, and I will be bringing in much chocolate.
Oh, good.
Yeah, yeah.
I won't be able to enjoy it, but I'll go get some of my own so I can be there with you in spirit.
I should send you some. I'm all about Valentine's Day. Okay, so let's talk about what we're going to do now. So I stitched around it, and then I'm going to cut on these solid lines. And I found the easiest way to do that is with a rotary cutter and a ruler. Okay? So I'm just going to come right here, Keep your fingers, oh, this one has a new blade. It is super sharp. Okay. And we're just gonna cut on the solid line. It tells you that, so don't stress. Okay. And then you're all wondering how I'm gonna do this center section. Watch this. Just gonna come right here and stop, and come right here and stop, and then I can do the edges. Now see, look, it's okay though, because watch. There. Greg, are you good? Okay. Okay. All right, so we cut out that section. Okay. All righty. Oh, I have one little string there. Okay. All right, so now, before I turn it inside out, oh, here's our trash can. I was missing our thing here. Hold on here. Oh, here, this is what I was looking for and everything. Okay, so before I turn it inside out, there's gonna be a lot of bulk here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna trim off these edges so that they're gonna be easier to turn inside out. And then right here, where the corners are, I'm gonna kind of stitch in there. But that way when we turn it out, we can get some good points on it. Otherwise you just have a lot of bulk. Okay. All right, I'm almost done. Snipping is important. Okay, I'm going to do this last one. All right, now Chris, when you did yours and turned your inside out, did you use like a little stiletto to get those corners? So they're...
Yes, I used a point turner and it helped.
Yeah.
Yes.
A point turner. I feel like I need to have one of those.
Yeah, there's lots of different ones available. Mine is Alex Anderson.
Oh, I know
you can
Alex.
also get, yes, you can also get like the purple thing.
We have a
That's
purple
always helpful.
thing. AccuQuilt has little stilettos.
Oh,
Which is what I'm going to use here. But
is
yeah,
it
snipping
AccuQuilt
helps.
or is it June Taylor?
Oh, yes. Yeah, snipping does help. All right, well, I'm turning my thing inside out. Chris, tell us what people are going to put in their totes.
All right, let's see what else we got going. Vanessa's going to load hers up with fat quarters. Could probably fit
man.
quite a few in there.
I bet you could. That's actually a really great idea because then when you're in your stash, you don't have to look for fat quarters. You already have a place where they're already together. I like that idea.
My stash is primarily fat quarters. So if I'm
I
looking
was
for
gonna
something else,
so mostly fat quarters?
yes, I design a lot with fat quarters because I love scrappy quilts, and that's a great way to get a good variety of fabric.
It is. It is. Chris, are you doing any traveling here soon?
Yes, actually, next week. Yes, next week I will be at the Road to California show in Ontario, California.
Okay, say hi to my kid who lives down there in North Hollywood.
Oh, fun.
I know. Road to California is super fun.
Yes, it's my first time going. I do actually have a quilt in the show, so I'm super excited to see it there. It's my first randomly generated quilt that I used the 8-inch mix and match cube to make.
That's fabulous. You'll have to share a picture of it with us on our AccuQuilt website because that sounds like fun.
Yes,
Road to California, and then are you going to QuiltCon?
I will be at QuiltCon, yes. I will be there I'll actually be at the AccuQuilt booth for some meet and greets on Friday and Saturday,
Which is like the third week of February, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. I will be at that other place, Daytona. AQS Daytona. I'll be in the lounge and doing meet and greets and doing fun things. I'm excited for you to go to QuiltCon. That will be great.
It's a lot of fun. I got to go last year too.
Yes. Is that how we met? Not you and I, but us and AccuQuilt, or before then?
We met before then.
Okay.
But I did get to meet in person. I got to meet Lynn.
Oh, the Gibney was there, yes.
So, yes. That was a lot of fun.
Okay, so now I'm taking my hot iron and I'm just pressing this together. Right here. So quilters, if you're going to QuiltCon or if you're going to AQS Daytona, look for AccuQuilt. We're going to be in all the places. I am super excited to spend 5 days at the beach in February. Just saying.
I'm sure the weather will be a lot better there.
Just choosing wisely. Last year when I went, the temperature in Omaha in the wind chill was like 20 below zero.
Ooh.
And it was in the mornings when I worked out like 68 degrees and at the beach. And I was in the outdoor pool one morning early. It was like 6:30 in the morning, and the guy came out to clean the pool. And I startled him. And he said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Oh, yeah." And he said, "You know, it's cold outside." And I said, "You know, I live where it's 20 below zero." He said, "You can stay here as long as you want." It's like, thank you. All right, so now we have our two sides. All right, so let's talk about our zippity-doo-dun zipper, okay? They're super easy because you don't need to have a zipper foot, okay? So what this is it opens here. Oh, here, I am going to do just a little top stitch across the top here. That's gonna help all of my pieces stay together while I put the zipper on. So let's just do just a little running stitch here real quick.
While you're doing that, we do have a question.
Okay, go for it.
A few folks have asked, does the pattern come off or can it be reused?
Oh, so the pattern is just part of it forever. Oh, the pattern. Well, you need the batting, the pre-printed batting. So it's just you can just make one per
kit.
Per kit. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, that was a good question.
It's all printed on the stabilizer, so it is a one-time use.
Yes.
If you were making another bag, you would need more stabilizer anyway.
Right.
So you can just get another kit to make another bag.
All right, so what I want to do is I want to make sure that my edges line up, okay? So once they line up, I'm going to tuck everything in here to my zippity-doo-dun zipper. Now, there's a little bit of bulk here, so just be patient with that. And Chris, we kind of talked about that before the show. I'm not going to change my needle because I feel like my sewing machine's going to be okay with it. Did you change your needle to have a heavier?
Did not.
Yeah.
No, it was fine. It does get a little bulky when you start sewing it together, but all of the inside edges are finished, so you don't have to go back and like do any kind of binding or lining. So
right, or whatever you want to do there. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, before we get here to this point, Chris, do you want to talk about the pockets and show the pockets on your thing?
Sure.
Because before we get to this point, you could put pockets on the inside, and I chose not to do that. But Chris has some. So see, look.
Flip mine inside out so you can see them a little better. But the pattern instructions tell you exactly how big to cut this fabric and how to sew it, and you will press pleats into it so that you actually can put stuff in there. Because if you just sewed a piece of fabric straight across, there wouldn't be any give to like
Right.
fit anything in your pockets.
Right. Yep. So you can fill it with pockets or without. Okay.
Yeah, whatever you're going to be using it for, whichever suits you best.
Right.
Do either way.
Right. Okay, I'm just making sure I'm doing this right. Hold, please. Yes, this is right. I'm going to read my pattern here. I know you find this amazing, right? Okay. Okay, so we have the right sides up. Place the unfinished edge of body A and body B to the zippity-doo done zipper and pin it in place, and we're gonna stitch. So this is the outside of my body, and then we're gonna do the same thing with B, okay? So I'm gonna stitch down here, and then we're gonna show you how to put it together and lay it down. It's tricky. We're going to show you. It's actually super slick. All right, Chris, while I'm sewing zippity-doo-done zippers, do you want to talk about if people have questions or what they're going to put in their bags?
Sure. We do have a couple more questions. Peggy asks, could you put the clear plastic on the outside so you can see what's inside?
No, well, no, because it's lined.
Right, that's what I was thinking. And the stabilizer is not clear.
No,
so,
it has blue lining on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that would be super cool. Yeah. You could do that with like a Carolina Moore or 2-die set.
With the box bag?
With the box bag. Do you think, Chris?
Yeah. You could use some of that clear vinyl, the box bag die, and still a zippity-doo-done zipper, because those, I don't think I'll use another zipper ever again if it's
So
not
slick.
that.
So slick. Yeah, I would agree. Yeah,
So much easier.
that's a great idea. And you can buy the zippers just on our website. And they're plastic because all of you are going to stress for a minute when I go to cut this, but they're plastic. So it's okay.
And it's super easy to cut. Mm-hmm. I had no problem with that.
None. All right, do we have other questions or what people are putting in their bags?
Yes, Camille is wondering when the next quilt along is going to be announced.
Oh, January 31st. We gave you some hints yesterday. It's a bob die. And somebody posted, there are 14 bob dies. Which one is it? Which made me laugh. And the answer is yes, it's one of them. Chris, Chris has the die. And had you ever made a block using that die before?
I have not, no.
Oh, I'm
very
super
excited to try it.
So Erica and I are both using grunge for our blocks. Do you have a colorway that you're thinking about using?
I haven't thought much about it yet, but I might actually use some of my fabric, that Damask Fatale, because I have it in the full rainbow. Maybe I'll
That
use
would be super cool. Oh, I would like you to do that, okay?
Okay.
I mean, if I get to choose, I would like you to do that. That would be really fun. Because then people could see your fabric. And when is it being released?
Well, I'm doing it myself. I'm having it digitally printed, so I'm hoping later this summer I can offer some bundles for it.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay, so now that I've done my zippity-doo-done zipper, I'm going to trim it. And when I was here at the edge, when I started this, I did a back stitch so that it's nice and tight, okay? And don't forget, quilters, all of our live events are recorded. You can watch them on our YouTube channel or Facebook page, and even the AccuQuilt website. Was yesterday's recorded, Brock? We think so. Hey, Chris, I just have to give you props because you're probably not wearing your pajamas today. Yesterday when we were home, I was like, dang, this is great. All right. Okay, now hold on here. I just have to think. Okay, I'm going to read here. After it's, oh, so if you wanted to, you could like put fabric here in the zippity-doo-dun zipper, whatever you want to do. Then it talks about how to make straps. And remember, there's batting for that, or, you know, pre-printed. But I just cut straps, okay? Now, undo the zipper.
Before you move on to the straps, one thing you may want to do on the ends of the zipper is do a basting stitch straight across so it doesn't come undone.
This is why Chris is here. That is a great idea. Okay.
And you could do it like a 1/4 inch from the edge. You'll see in the directions when we get to assembling, you're going to use a 1/2 inch seam allowance, so you have some room there.
That's a good call. I was looking at that.
And again, because it's that plastic nylon zipper, you can sew straight over it. It's not going to break your needle.
Yeah.
They're
and notice
super easy
quilters,
zippers to work with.
Cut it with my rotary cutter. I am going to trim my threads here, though. Okay, good call. This is why Chris is in the house to help me here. Make sure I don't do this wrong. All right. All right, now we've opened it up. We've stitched. And we're going to sew it right here, right, Chris?
Yep.
Just across the bottom.
Yes.
Okay? Because then there's a magic thing we're going to do. All right? So now here's kind of where the little bolt gets in there. So I'm going to actually start it in, not just right on the edge. And for sure you want to have your walking foot engaged. So I'm going to start it not at the edge, and then I can back stitch.
Walking foot I found was definitely helpful for this part.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Make sure you're getting all the layers. Take your time. See, Chris, you're going to want to make a Valentine one, I'm just saying.
I am. I'm going to need to get some more kits. I'm going to have to make them for everything.
Do you have a favorite holiday?
Halloween, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. It is my all-time favorite. And then Valentine's Day, and then my birthday, which I feel like should be a national holiday. Okay, here we go. All right, so now we're going to trim it. All right, Chris, before we get to the next section, let's talk about what people are going to put in their bags.
Sure. Let's see. I just saw one. Here we go. Kim is going to put in craft supplies and chocolate for going on retreats.
There you go. Okay.
Belge Cats is making a first aid kit. Very smart.
Oh, there you go.
A great size for a good first aid kit.
There you go.
Let's see who else. Oh, Kathy. I have to hide my sewing room candy, and the bag would be great for that.
Why does she have to hide her candy? That is not fair.
I suspect it might be some young ones around that can just sniff out the sugar.
Younglings. Yes. Yeah, that's probably true. That's probably true. Well, that's a good thing. Somebody, I see this meme all the time about those tins of cookies, you know, Danish cookies that your mom used to have. And somebody of them like, who put the cookies in the sewing tin? Because didn't every grandma use it for the sewing tin?
Absolutely.
All right, you want to read a couple more, and then I'm going to do some amazing magic here.
Sure. Pam is going to use it for her dog's brushes and combs, and she's hoping that the gingham dog will fit on it. Is that one of the applique dies?
Yeah.
I think I have a dog.
I'm looking over here to see if we have the die. We'll look. We'll look. We'll look and tell you. Okay.
It's a pretty good size, so I would imagine. I mean, it's...
Well, he fits on a 6x6 die board, so
yeah,
he has
and
to
it's
be
about 6 inches tall, so
he has to be smaller than that. Okay. All right, so quilters, what I've done, we have our little zipper open, okay? Now I'm gonna smush it. That is a quilting term. So that the lining is facing out and the outside of our bag have right sides together. Okay, now this is crucial. You're gonna add the straps to the outside of the quilt, outside of the bag. So what you're gonna do is you gotta pull this back. So I just have a tendency to pin it, because then it's just easier to work with, okay? And the same on this side. And just give it a little pin, okay? And then, I'm loving my bag. Okay, now this is the little tab. I'll show you. This is this little tab, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I am gonna put it together like this, and then I am going to pin it in here as well. Ooh, I'm gonna use a longer pin. And Chris, do you have any pro tips on doing this?
I actually used clips for mine, which I found were really helpful.
So like bindy clips?
Yes.
Really? We have
Yep.
bindy clips. Hold on here, hold on. We have bindy clips. How did you sew over them?
You just have to take them out before your foot hits it, but it'll hold it in place. And then just, put some pressure with your finger as it's getting close. You could take the clip off and then keep going through the machine.
Chris, look at how clever you are. Okay, oh, I gotta get him to match. Okay, so here we go.
Yep.
Okay. And then, good, because I think I just bent a pin trying to put it through there.
Yeah, it's a lot of bulk to get through.
Okay.
Especially like you're using the webbing. Webbing can always be difficult to pin.
Right. Okay. And then I'm just going to come in a bit. I'm going to do a 1/2 inch seam. So I don't want it right on that seam, right? But I want it there.
Right.
Okay. And we have to have all pink clips. It's just the part of me.
Gotta keep it color coordinated.
Just the part of me. Okay, and make sure it's straight. We're gonna do the pink clips here. It's a good thing we had enough pink clips, otherwise I'd have to change to blue. Okay, and then I am going to stitch, help me Chris, so I can read. Oh, well, here, I can read this. There we go. So I've done this, I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna stitch right along here.
Yes.
Okay, and then we're gonna make boxed bottoms. And it's when we make boxed bottoms, right, then we'll pull out those bindy clips.
Right. You
Okay.
can also baste them in place now if you want. Just do some
Oh,
basting
you know,
stitches.
that might be wise. That might be wise. But now I have so many bindy clips that I just want to use instead of pins, so hold on. Okay, so while I'm doing this, we're almost done. We're going to finish before the end of the show. I'm super excited about it. Okay,
Yeah,
tell
it's
us
a
what
really
other
quick project.
things people are doing.
Let's see. Sue is doing snacks for traveling to the cottage, so we don't stop at any of the fast food restaurants.
They have a
Always wise to plan
cottage.
ahead.
That sounds so English. Right?
Yes.
Oh, that sounds lovely. We're going to the cottage. Okay.
That sounds wonderful, especially if it's a sewing cottage.
And I hope she has like tea and biscuits.
Ooh, that sounds lovely.
Okay. All right, what else?
Sheila says extra snacks and dry food for her puppies.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Chris, do you have a pet?
I have several pets, yes.
Okay.
We currently have a cat,
Okay.
2 dogs, a rabbit, a leopard gecko, 3 jumping spiders,
Oh.
a tank of fish, and 4 chickens.
Okay, so you also could make a chicken bag, and
Yes.
I cannot come to your house ever because you have jumping spiders.
They're off they're sequestered away in
Are
their
they
little cages.
far away? Okay.
Yes. You wouldn't even know they're there.
Oh, good. Okay, then I'll come visit. Because the whole thought of spiders jumping on me just enough to send me over the edge.
I'm not a huge spider fan. Like growing up, I had friends with pet tarantulas, and that just gave me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah.
But these little guys are kind of cute, and they're tiny.
And did they have names? Like Peter
Two
Parker?
of them do. We have Guillermo and Shelob, and then one that has not been named yet.
Okay. We should have a contest on AccuQuilt Live. We should name Chris's jumping spider. Okay. On that fun note, now I'm going to come here and I'm going to sew my little seams together. Okay? And then we're going to turn it inside out. Or we're going to do box bottoms and then turn it inside out. So
Yep.
look at us doing good things here. All right, so you want to do a 1/2 inch, just like before. I'm going to kind of come in a little bit before I do that. I'm going to try really hard not to do this. Okay. And you want to make sure that your zipper's in there and that your strap is in there. And you want to go so slow. And you want to back stitch. Okay, so that's one side. Okay, and now I'm going to take out my little bindy clips. Good call on the bindy clips, Chris. Okay, now
I love them.
I'm going to do the other side, and I want to make sure that this is not sewn into the edge. Okay. Come right here. All right, while I'm sewing, what else are people putting in their zippity-doo-duns, go zippity-go totes? Grab and goes. I was trying to get all the words in there.
Grab and go. Robin is packing it with rotary blades and lots of Band-Aids.
That's great.
Make sure those rotary blades are in their little plastic cases.
Yes.
That would be dangerous to reach into.
I was trimming something the other day with a rotary cutter, and I had quite a little gash on my finger. Well, it was kind of funny because my husband is home. He is a physician, and I went and said, "Oh, I am bleeding," and he did not say, "Oh, were you cutting vegetables?" He said, "Did you use a rotary cutter?" I said, "Yeah, yes, I did." So, okay, we're almost there. So now that we have our sides sewn, now we want to make boxed corners. So we have 4 corners to make, and we're just going to stitch right along here. And we're doing all the seams on the lining. Okay? So can you see that? Oh, thanks, Greg. So we're just making them flat. Okay? And because Chris is here, I'm going to use bindy clips. Gosh.
I also found when you get to that center,
Yes.
if you just finger press that seam open, it helps a lot.
Oh, I was just going to ask you about that because there's a little bit of bulk there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And some machines can handle it just fine, but you know, some machines are a little pickier with bulk.
Some machines are temperamental.
Yes, I've had
Okay.
temperamental machines in the past.
Yeah, and hey, quilters, don't worry. It's going to seem a little stiff when you're using it, but don't worry. It's all going to just lay nice and flat.
Yes.
Okay.
And you want your bag to be somewhat stiff so it stands up on its own.
Right. Right. All right, tell us some other things that people are going to do with their bags. Good call of pressing it open, by the way, because that worked great.
Good. Beth says she's going to do her dip manicure stuff in it.
Ooh, that sounds fancy. Excellent. Okay.
Do have some other questions in here.
Okay, let's answer questions.
So for the quilt along, what size block does the bob die finish at?
At 10 inches.
A 10-inch.
And there are 14 bobs that finish to 10 inches. Somebody found out yesterday and posted. And then they wanted to know if it would fit in a Go Me or not. And the answer is we're not going to tell you anymore.
Because that would narrow it down even more.
It would.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, whether it did or not, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Toby asked a question. I'm not quite sure what it means, but are you printing or whatever the tactic yourself?
Am I doing what?
In quotations, it says printing or whatever. I wonder if they're asking about the printing on the stabilizer.
Oh, it comes pre-printed with all the instructions. So yes, it is printed on there in a beautiful June Taylor blue.
Wonderful.
Okay. I just want to peek. Just checking.
Sheila has a question for me.
Okay. Oh,
asking
good.
if I got
Good job,
snow
Sheila.
today.
Okay.
Sheila asked if I got snow today. Apparently they got a lot up in Battleground.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We have not seen snow yet, but it is on the forecast for Friday and Saturday.
Chris will be home sewing.
I absolutely will not be leaving the house. Yes.
Yeah. We've already determined that it is not safe to leave in Oregon when it snows.
No.
So
They have gotten better over the last few years because we have had bad winters. But when I
Yes.
first moved back in 2016, like it was a terrible winter, and there's no snow plows, there's no salting of the streets.
Right.
It was every man for himself. It was terrible.
I grew up in Seattle, and as a kid, we used to go skiing at Snoqualmie Pass.
Okay.
And my dad's watching the show, so I'll be really nice here. My dad loves to go fast in the snow. And
Like driving?
Yes. And as a
Oh.
child, as we were going up the mountain, that was sometimes a little terrifying.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. Oh, that's fun. And are you a skier? Have you skied ever?
I tried skiing once as a teenager and have not been back.
Okay. There you go. I skied and then I went to college in Utah, where the best snow on earth is. And my first semester in college, I almost flunked out because I dated a guy who was a ski instructor. And we used to go skiing all the time instead of going to class. It was great.
Oh.
It was great fun. So I did better. It was fine. I graduated. It's all good.
Oh, good.
Again, my dad is watching, so.
Teresa would like to know what kind of sewing machine you're using.
Well, I'm using a Pfaff, and right now it's stuck. So hang on one sec.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I have lost my needle.
Did it just come untightened?
Yeah. So.
I've had that happen.
Okay. Hey, so, Kenyon. Oh, I think I can get it. I just need to be able to take off my foot. Here, I think if I do this, see that you got to be really careful when you get around that bulk, because it just came untightened. It's fine, it did not break, but it came untightened. All right, go ahead, Chris, and talk and tell us what people are gonna do.
Let's go see what else we're using our bags for.
There we go.
We read that one. BA is using it for EPP projects.
Oh,
That's
we
a
were talking about that
wonderful-
earlier today.
Yeah.
That's a great one.
It's a great use for that. And it really is a good size. You can fit quite a bit in
Right,
here.
you could put like your jewel petal pieces in there. Yep. Okay, so good thing to check while you're sewing this, because there's so much bulk. I did not check that my needle was nice and tight, so it's okay. It did not break. It just came undone.
That is a good thing to check probably before each project, because just the vibration of your machine over time, it can come loose.
Right. Well, and it's funny that I was thinking about that before the show, and I thought, oh, I should check that.
Oh.
Imagine that. All right.
Kathy has a good idea for her bag.
Okay, let's hear
She's
it.
going to pack all the things I need but never have with me, like chargers, battery backups, earbuds, pens, sticky notes.
Oh, that's a great idea. That is a great idea.
If that's what you're going to do, so I did pockets on one side of my bag.
Right.
So on the inside, I have 3 little pockets on this side, but you could do pockets on both sides.
Oh,
and get even more little compartments for all of your stuff to keep it organized.
That's a great idea. I love stuff like that. I'm a big organizer. I love things like sticky notes and zippy bags and.
Another pro tip I can give about making your bags is if you use a light colored lining, it's easier to find stuff in your bag.
Oh, that is great. That's great.
I don't remember where I heard that, but I made a bunch of Santa sacks for Christmas this year to do instead of like traditional wrapping paper.
Right.
And the ones that were like dark fabric inside really were a lot harder to see what's in there.
Oh, yeah, no, that makes sense. I like that idea. That's a really good idea. Okay. All right, my little needle is not happy here. All right, we're gonna show you what it looks like, and then I'm gonna change my needle out. All right, so look at this. We have 3/4 of our little sides sewn. Take out my bindy clip. Okay. And then we're going to turn it inside out. Okay. Yeah, see, it was right over there over that cording, Chris, is where my little needle was angry. Okay. And then you can turn it just like this. And that batting is nice and stiff. And so now you have your finished little bag. And it has a little tab on this side so you can hold it, and then the little handle on this side. Look at that. All right, quilters. Be sure and share your finished projects with us on all of our social media platforms. Use hashtag AccuQuiltBuilt. Chris, don't forget to share yours.
Oh, yes, I will
add
it in there.
All right, Chris, we have a winner today who's going to win one of our grab and go totes.
We do. Are we ready for that now?
We are.
All right, drum roll, please. Today's winner is Chris M. from Auburn, Pennsylvania.
Oh, there we go. I thought maybe there was some nepotism going on there.
I got a little excited at first thinking I wanted a bag, but
He
it's
was
not me.
excited. All right, quilters, check out our AccuQuilt website from great deals. How much is it, Brock? Over how much? Spend over $150, we're going to give you free shipping if you live in the contiguous U.S. Don't forget, if you're an AQ Circle Plus member, you get free shipping all the time. All right, on behalf of our team, in the comments, we have Emily and Courtney and Lauren. Is that right?
Yes.
And Chris, of course, is in Portland, Oregon. Stay safe this weekend. Here in the Dream Studio, we have Greg and Brock and Kenyon. And I'm Pam reminding you at AccuQuilt, we help you cut time so you can quilt more. We'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. To learn more about your quilting craft, be sure to follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel for live events every Tuesday and Wednesday. You can check out the events page on the AccuQuilt website for more details on upcoming shows. And if you're looking for even more inspiration, visit our blog for exclusive tutorials filled with tips and tricks. And remember, at AccuQuilt, we help you cut time so you can quilt more. Join us on Tuesday, January 16th at 12 noon Central Time as we explore quilting notions. And then be sure to join us for next week's AccuQuilt Live as we make hand towels for all the seasons. We'll see you there.